This theory has been a thorn in my side for as long as I can remember. Zoro will kill Kaido. It's written in the stars. He has the foreshadowing and the lore backing him. He's a Shimotsuki, Ryuma, Enema. It's always the foreshadowing and the hints, but never the how. No, I know what you may be thinking. Jay, stop being a hater. Why are you like this? Why do you always have to be so toxic? Well, now let's just slow down a little bit. Let's slow down. I'm here today not as an enemy, but as an ally. I believe that if Zoro were to kill Kaido, I'm starting to see why and how it could happen. And due to events that have taken place on the rooftop, the stage is set for Zoro to face Kaido once more. And the stage is also set for you guys to subscribe to this channel for a variety of One Piece contraband, so definitely help your boy out. Now, in order for us to understand how Zoro will kill Kaido, first we have to understand the events that happened on the rooftop. The last thing that we saw Zoro do is attack Kaido with his final attack, his most powerful attack, which is Ashura. Now, the caveat that a lot of people like to add with that attack is that he was injured and that he was nerfed. I kind of fight against that notion just because in a battle, you're gonna get injured, you're gonna get severely damaged anyway, and Zoro is a character that is known for still being able to draw out his full power while he has been hurt. So I wouldn't use that excuse. But I think what is interesting is the dialogue that Zoro had after he had cut Kaido in the first place. And he mentioned that he was disappointed that he didn't fall, and he thought that, I thought I put enough power into that attack for you to fall. And then Kaido responds and saying, oh no boy, you did enough. That's definitely gonna leave a scar. And to the casual reader, some might think that, okay, well, there goes the foreshadowing. Kaido mentioned to the scabbards that they're not strong enough to reopen my scar. I'm waiting for a samurai as worthy as Odin to do that feat, or something along those lines. And some people may think that Kaido has referenced the fact that his scar is on his body, that might have been fulfilled. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, it hasn't been fulfilled, because Kaido was specifically talking about his wound, the wound that he currently has. Now, do I think Zoro is going to reopen that wound in a different attack? It's possible, and that could be the key to defeating Kaido, but let's stay on track here. As a result of Kaido's action, it's possible that it's not over. Kaido's reaction was too lax. He wasn't really drawn back. He was just, it was like a honorable, it's like, I'm just commending you based on your honor. Oh, you're a plucky fighter. You're a plucky fighter, Zoro, and that's it. And I think that's not enough. I think in order for Zoro's proclamation that he will be the one to defeat Kaido to really ring true, I think Kaido needs to have more reverence for Zoro than he did in that moment. I don't think the reverence was what we were expecting, and I know some Zoro stans weren't completely excited about how that was handled, but it's possible that Oda is waiting for the real hype moment for Zoro when he returns and when he confronts Kaido again. I think that's what's gonna happen. So if that's the case, we know Zoro already wants to take down Kaido, and there's also a lot of other things that would lead to Zoro having more to do with Kaido than he would with, say, someone like King. Now, he's off the rooftop now, but remember, there's the Enema plot line, there is the Black Blade plot line, and there's also the Conqueror's Haki plot line. So let's focus on Enema for a second. Enema is the only blade that we know of, except for the other blade. Yeah, Enema is the only blade outside of Odin's other sword to wound Kaido, and that was emphasized when he received it. Enema still needs to be fully tamed by Zoro. Zoro is using Enema better, but Oda hasn't made an emphasis on him fully controlling Enema yet. He's just shown us Enema. Why? In all of the other examples of Zoro using his sword, we've seen when he's finally understood the sword or when he's mastered it, right? We've seen that. But with Enema, there's a specific emphasis to its wild nature, even during the fight with Kaido. So then what would it take for Zoro to tame Enema? Which is interesting, because Enema seems to have a will of its own, just like, Hitetsu mentioned. Then we move on to the Black Blade plotline, and Hitetsu mentioned that you actually might be the one to turn Enema into a Black Blade. And then we also have the plotline of Yukimaru on the bridge, mentioning about Shisui turning into a Black Blade, and that a Black Blade is forged over a long period of battles with its user. So it's safe to assume Ryuma, lots of battles with that same sword, it turned into a Black Blade, same thing with Yoru. And then there's the Conqueror's Haki reveal as well. So follow this for a second. One thing that we've learned about Conqueror's Haki is it gets stronger, not through training, but as the user gets stronger, your Conqueror's Haki will increase. Zoro is at a very high level already. Luffy just learned Advanced Conqueror's Haki. The theme of this arc is Black Blades and advancement of Haki from a power scaling perspective. If Zoro just learns about his Conqueror's Haki, and now he's aware of it, and he starts to think about it as he's on the floor, as he's on the ground, not on the rooftop, who do you think he could fight in an extreme circumstance where he will probably get stronger while injured, knowing Zoro's behavior already when he's hurt. It doesn't really matter if Zoro's hurt or not. Zoro, he's the type of guy to destroy you no matter what state he's in. So what if Zoro confronts King? What if we have that first commander clash that people thought was going to happen earlier on? But what if in that moment Zoro starts to pick up on something, the same way Luffy did, the same way he picked up on something in Alabasta against Das Bones? Conqueror's Haki. I can use this. And in that moment where he's fighting King and we finally see the true strength of King and Zoro's being overwhelmed, in that moment, Zoro realizes that he can coat his blade with his Conqueror's Haki, or he exudes his will, his Conqueror's Haki over Enema. And through his conquering spirit, through his Conqueror's Haki, he tames Enema. And through that battle with King, he turns Enema into a black blade where it's fused with Oden's Haki and Zoro's Conqueror's Haki to turn into a black blade. And what if that is the key component, is exuding your Conqueror's Haki within the blade to the point where you tame the blade completely and it becomes a black blade? It's possible. Now, the only counter to that is, okay, so why wouldn't Shanks have a black blade? Why wouldn't Roger have a black blade and things of that nature? And that's up for debate. So this is just more of a theory here. This is more of a guess. But I have a feeling that Conqueror's Haki might have something to do with it because, again, the mention of a black blade has been harped upon in this arc, but we don't know how it happens. We just know it happens through a lot of battles. And if you're in a lot of battles, you're going to get stronger after these battles. And one thing that we've learned about intense battles in general is Haki blooms are always involved. So if a Haki bloom is the key to a black blade, and it seems like such a rare item in general, only the top of the top have these black blades, or the legends of the legends, what if Conqueror's Haki is the key? Because if he gets a black blade, he one-shots King, because Zoro one-shots all his opponents anyway. So again, it's well, not one-shots, but you know what I mean, lethal strikes, right? He gets a lethal strike with his Conqueror's Haki Black Blade Enema. All of a sudden, Zoro is on a different level. Like, he's already on a different level, completely past the first commander level tier. Then you see Zoro go back up to the rooftop and says, I need to help out Luffy. My job's not done.
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
And all of a sudden, we have a stage where Zoro is now powerful enough. He's gotten the revelation that he's needed to actually do more than just that minuscule scar. He has the clout, he has the power to actually show Kaido, all right, bro, I'm not playing with you anymore. And Kaido sees Enma, and he's like, oh my god, no, this is not, oh my god, oh, and all of a sudden, Shishi Sonson, and it's over. I could see that happening, but I don't think it'll be in a case where he just completely takes over the battle. What I think will happen is that he'll run into Luffy while Luffy is fighting, because I think Kaido still needs to show more of his capabilities. And while Luffy might not be winning the fight exactly, it could be a possibility that we see Luffy and Zoro team up again like they did before, Luffy with his Conqueror's Haki, Zoro with his Conqueror's Haki, and Luffy lands a blow on Kaido, and then Zoro finishes the job with a Shishi Sonson, a Black Blade, Enma and all. And then we move on to the theory and the success and the joy of the Zoro stands of Zoro killing Kaido. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Take care.